What's up, people? In this video we're going to look at Rich Roll. What was this? He's like a vegan or something. I'm not sure. Somebody asked me to watch or look at his videos a while ago. I don't really know I don't remember what they wanted me to do here. Rethink cities. Alright, what is this? Popular videos. Vegan on $25. David Goggins will change your life. Ketosis versus plant-based diet. Oh my god, these are long. Holy macaroni. Wow. Are these podcasts or something that he's like recorded and is just now posting on his YouTube channel? It's pretty smart. What is balance? I wonder if he means like balance, like actual balance, or just like, don't work so hard kind of balance. Vegan on $25 a day, I guess. Keep showing up. Whatever. Let's just do this one. Okay, vegan on $25. If you guys have any other videos of YouTubers, let me know. Leave me a comment.
Let's go shopping. When I talk about eating healthy, eating plant-based, one of the first things people say to me is, I'd love to do that, but it's just too expensive. And that's because there's this idea, this powerful, entrenched idea that healthy eating, healthy lifestyle, the vegan lifestyle, is something that is reserved for the well-heeled elite only. But is this really true? Well, to find out, my son Trapper and I decided to hit up some markets around town and see what we could get for $25 or less. Ready to make a video?
Oh my god. All right. So is this in LA? A couple things. Okay, dude seems super cool. First of all, like, I would probably enjoy hanging out with this guy. However, Erewhon, like, for those of you who don't know what Erewhon is like Whole Foods, but more expensive. Like, Erewhon is like Whole Foods for people who are looking for stuff that's even like more eccentrically healthy than Whole Foods, right? Like, for example, just a random example, but like, you can buy camel milk at Erewhon, right? Like camel milk, just, milk that comes from a camel, right? Just to give you an idea, it's like $20. That's the kind of stuff they have there. So like, I'm kind of curious what he's going to buy at Erewhon for $25 that he can eat in a day. I'm curious. And this is supposed to be vegan too. That's number one. I thought that was funny. Number two, $25 a day on food is a lot. Like, so vegan, whatever, but like, what is that per month times 25? $750 a month. That's a lot on food, isn't it? Like, or is it not? I don't know what people spend on food these days in America, but it seems like a lot to me. Like, I can get a lot of like non-vegan food that's healthier for $25. I can get a lot of food for that. And I know this is like a vegan video, but even, all right, and Thailand is not the best example, but like now, this is an American video, fine. But now, I'll buy skewers of cooked meat, like liver, heart, even like muscle meat, for between 10 and 20 baht each, which is like 30 cents. And I can basically spend, like yesterday, I splurged, right? I got 20 skewers of pork from this vendor that's like down the street from my house for 200 baht, right? They were 10 baht each. I bought 20. That's under $6, or sorry, under $7, right? And I was stuffed. Oh my god. Well, for like an hour or so, and then I ate more because I worked out yesterday. Whatever. And that's Thailand, fine. But you can go to a butcher in America, and for $25, you can get a lot of food. But okay, I'm curious what he's going to buy at Erewhon.
all right?
No, you can't film it. Okay, sorry.
I'm sorry. It would be so funny if those two bottles were $25 because that's like the type of shit that you see at Erewhon. Like you see juices and drinks like this that are like, okay, at Whole Foods they'd be like $3-4. At Erewhon it's like $7-8. All right, sorry, I just had to interject that.
So at Erewhon we picked up 2 fresh pressed juices. Sorry, I drank this one and I drank this one. Trapper drank this one, and the grand total for this outing was $24. $24 for 2 juices. Next up, Gelson's. Going.
Good, how are you? Good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry, so this is for sure in LA or somewhere in California. I think LA, right? Because they have Erewhon. Also, Gelson's, as far as I understand, is a supermarket that's I think only in California or possibly Los Angeles. The reason I know that, I used to live in a town called the Palisades or Pacific Palisades, which is like right in between Santa Monica and Malibu. And like the Gelsons, like this is somebody's last name, right? So like, I knew somebody who knew somebody, and they lived in the Palisades, which is the point. I didn't know them personally, but there was a Gelsons in the Palisades, and the Gelsons, like the people, lived in the Palisades. Okay. Anyway, that's funny. That like and also this is an expensive. Gelson's is expensive too. Gelson's is not like a cheap supermarket. The thing with Gelson's that was like, I don't know, not their claim to fame, but just like something they were known for back in the day, was that the like grocery, like the cashier or the bag boy or whatever would like help you with your groceries to your car, like without being asked. Like that's just like automatically what they would do is they'd help you. They'd like walk you out with your groceries. Okay, I don't know where he's going with this. Is he like working his way down the expensiveness scale or something? It's kind of interesting.
All right, we did a little bit better at Gelson's. Instead of 2 juices, this time we got 3 Sujas. And the grand total for this outing was $24.12. 12 cents more, 1 extra juice. Next stop, Whole Foods. In the superfoods section, I love goji berries. Like goji berries?
Goji berries are great.
How you doing?
Doing good. Alright, here you go.
Thank you.
You guys have a good one.
Here's what we got at Whole Foods. 1 bag of goji berries. And the grand total for this outing was $26.99. So that was kind of a failure. We went over our budget by almost $2 for what is essentially dried fruit. Exotic dried fruit, delicious dried fruit, very nutritious dried fruit, but nonetheless, dried fruit. It is really good though. All right, let's huddle up and take a halftime break. At this point, you must be thinking, man, I'm gonna have to be making some serious bank in order to be vegan, or, just dial up my plate and eat more plant-powered or healthy. Well, look, if you buy all your foods at fancy high-end markets, places like we have out here in California, like Gelson's and Erewhon and Whole Foods, then yeah, that's the deal. It is gonna be expensive. It can be very expensive, all the way to downright completely unaffordable for most people, especially if you're not paying attention or you're overly focused on crazy specialty superfood items like the goji berries we bought, or you venture beyond the simple basics like produce. Don't get me wrong, I'm not hating on places like Whole Foods. I love me a nice high-end market, but you gotta be selective about what you get there. And nobody said you have to shop at any of these places in order to be vegan or simply more focused on eating healthy foods. Next up, Trader Joe's. Do you think we're over?
A little bit, a couple dollars.
What's your price prediction?
I'd say $28.
28?
Yeah, I'm going with 28.
We might be a little over.
Hi, how you guys doing?
Good, how's it going?
Good, thank you. Find everything all right?
You made it, we're under 25. Oh, good job. Thank you so much, thanks. Look at all this produce and a pineapple. All this at Trader Joe's for a grand total of $24.43, under budget. All right, we're going off the beaten path a little.
All right, I guess I see where he's going with this. Kind of makes me miss California a little bit, although I look at these gray skies and then I'm like, I'm over it. Okay, interesting. I guess you could say like, okay, so first of all, he bought all natural food, so good for him. That's number one. A bit light on like, I know that's not the point of this video, but I'm just wondering, anytime I watch these like vegan what I eat in a day or whatever, like how do you, he seems fit, probably runs, or like maybe he's like a cyclist or something. but let's say you want to do my workout, right? Like now, I mentioned this before, but it's basically like every other day I'll do a 3.5 mile run, I'll do bodybuilding for an hour, and then I'll do another 3.5 mile run afterwards, right? It's like a sandwich, whatever. How would I do this on a vegan diet? Like, how would I actually do it and get everything that I needed? That's just kind of what I'm wondering. Like, how? But like I said, there's no processed food. So for most people, like, and my workout is not ideal. I'm not like saying that's like the best workout that you should do. That's just like, believe it or not, like fits conveniently into my life right now, because when I do that, I'm able to work out for 3 hours every 2 days, right? Because it takes me a long time to recover from that, although it's getting shorter. And then during that off day, I have more time to like, mess around on the internet and like whatever, work on videos and do other stuff. So it's just more convenient that way. Plus it's cost me like $15 a month to work out like that, right? Less probably, whatever. Anyway, yeah, but like how would you, I guess you got potatoes. And also, just side funny story about goji berries. When I was living in, I want to say Australia. I think it was Australia. So when I was living in Sydney, I was living in this place called King's Cross, which used to be this like neighborhood in Sydney that was known for, it was like where people would go to party, right? Like people go there to party. With lots of like hookers and like not casinos, but like, I don't know, they have like, it's not a casino, but like they bet on horse races and stuff like that. I forget what it's called. Anyway, lots of places like that, lots of bars, lots of clubs, ton of like hostels there. Lately, they've been cleaning it up because Sydney now has these, it's called the lockout law, which is basically like, if you're outside the club or bar at 1:30, you're not allowed to get back in. Like they don't let any new people into the club past 1:30 or 12 o'clock or something like that. So it's like killed the nightlife scene. So King's Cross has now turned into this kind of like rich area, sort of. It's like one of these things where like the cool area becomes gentrified and trendy, and then you have like a bunch of yoga studios that move in there. And the reason I'm telling the story is that like across the street from where I was living in the hostel, there was a like natural food store, amazing store. I was super lucky that like they were there. Anyway, one day I was like, I had a bunch of money because I had this business. I was just like, had more money than I knew what to do with. So one day I bought, like he said, like a $20 bag of goji berries. And I was like, oh, I've heard goji berries are good. I wonder like how extra healthy I would be if I ate this entire bag. Big mistake, huge mistake, like bad cramps, bad stomach ache. Like those are not intended to be consumed in an entire bag. That's like a bag that you like sprinkle into your salad, when you have a salad. Like other foods make up for it. Yeah, so anyway, random story about that. Let's see what he does now.
A little bit for this one, uncharted territory. You been to this place before?
Never been here.
Yeah, it's a trip. Can you look at that? How heavy is that?
Pretty freaking heavy, man. I'm
20 pounds of rice.
4 pounds of red kidney beans.
Your mom shops in here all the time. Do you know that?
Really?
Yeah.
I did not. But you have a
Just these two. Thank you very much. Thank you. We killed it at the Indian market. 20-pound bag of rice, 4-pound bag of kidney beans. A family of 4 can eat on this for like a week. With this much rice and beans, you can make chili, you can make vegan burritos. It provides the basis for a billion different healthy recipes. Grand total, $24.99, 1 cent under budget. Trevor, have you ever been in Vallarta?
Can't say I have.
It's gonna be interesting. Let's go find out.
Sorry about that, you can't record any videos guys.
Oh, no?
Well, you can call corporate office.
Yeah?
Yeah, sorry about that.
Okay. All right, thanks. No problem. We got shut down. So we're going to resort to plan B. Let's put this back and regroup. Are you kidding me? Grand total at Vallarta, $23.68. Check it out. Granted,
This is like the most LA video ever. Like, makes me like actually nostalgic for LA a little bit. Not really, but just kind of watching this like a little bit maybe. So you guys know Trader Joe's, right? I'm assuming it's very cheap there. They have a lot of cool stuff. The Indian place, I don't know that specific Indian market, but obviously, Indian, no offense, Indian people who are watching this, but like my experience in sales has taught me that Indian people, they're not impulse shoppers, let's say, if we want to be politically correct about it, and they are very patient when it comes to getting the cheapest price on something. So the point is that buying food in an Indian market where presumably a lot of Indian people shop, probably a safe bet that you're going to get the best deal on everything when you go there. And then Vallarta Market, oh my God, that's like, so Vallarta Market is basically like what it used to be. Now it's like more commercial and they're more successful now. But what Vallarta Market used to be was like where all of the like Mexicans would shop, right? It was like, they wouldn't go to like Ralph's, which I think is like not even around, or Gelson's, or like all these like commercial like American markets. They would go to Vallarta because, I don't know, I guess they would like import stuff from Mexico is their thing. And everything there's just so much cheaper. Like produce is cheaper, all these like spices are cheaper. They have a ton of like imported Mexican like, I don't know, pastries and like little cookies and cakes and snacks and stuff. Everything's just super cheap there. So anyway, I just thought that was funny.
This was hardly some kind of hardcore, exhaustive research project that controlled for all variables. I was just having fun. And there are plenty of items at places like Whole Foods that are more affordable than the items that we selected. And vice versa, the foods we sourced at the lower end markets aren't organic and they're not locally grown. And I'm well aware that there are plenty of farmers markets and co-ops and other grocery stores and grocery store chains that we didn't visit. But I think I made my point. If you missed it, it goes like this. The idea that eating plant-based is just too expensive, that's just contempt prior to first-hand investigation. It's just lazy. If you do it right and you do it smart, I think you'll be really surprised. You could dial up your plate in ways that can make it even cheaper than eating conventionally. So don't buy into the hype.
Trap. Time to work.
Sorry.
Brilliant. Like that's a great message. Okay. Now, again, like I said, I'm not, plant-based diet doesn't do it for me personally. But I think if you want to do a plant-based diet, then this is a great lesson to like destroy your excuses that it's too expensive. It's not expensive. I realized this when I was in Japan, okay, that I would go to the grocery store. Like I moved to this place, called, what was it even called? Kagurazaka, right? Which is like, it's known to be kind of a nicer neighborhood. They have like a strip of like all these like Italian restaurants, just like kind of nice. And the grocery stores that I had access to when I first got there, because I didn't know any better, I didn't know where the cheap stores were these like kind of like fancy grocery stores. And I was like walking around these grocery stores, like looking, I was like, all right, what's the cheapest thing here? And what I found, and I didn't really realize this until this experience, is that the foods that are natural, like natural foods, like vegetables and meat and like foods that are just whole foods, pure foods, like no processed, like fake, shit. Those are the cheapest foods, hands down. Like straight up, those are the cheapest foods that you can buy. Okay, I think this idea of being vegan is expensive, or it's expensive to eat healthy, that comes from people, like he said, buying these like heavily commercialized, I don't want to say fake food products, but like, do you really need like the camel milk at Erewhon? Or what did he buy? Those juices? Like you can make juice at home. With all this, you can make a lot of juice, But if you're, I don't want to say you're lazy, but if you don't think about that and you just, you base your judgments off of, the prices at Erewhon, which honestly you've probably never been to, but or Whole Foods or whatever, like you're going to think it's expensive. So anyway, I think this is a very good message. Thank you to whoever told me to watch this guy's video. Like I said, I'm not going to do a vegan diet. I wouldn't recommend it, but if it's for sure healthier than what you're probably doing now. So yeah. Anyway, if you guys have any other recommendations for videos or YouTubers you want me to take a look at, let me know. Leave me a comment. Peace.